Welcome everyone to another live stream session with me, Stu Fuchs, and Ukulele Zen. So glad you decided to join me. Today's episode is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to learn a classic tune from the 1920s, 1927's Crazy Words, Crazy Tune. Recently I posted a performance of me doing this with some duck calls and my old Django Reinhardt band. We're going to get right into things. This lesson's going to be a lot of fun. It's a classic tune. We're going to learn about swing rhythm. We're going to learn a couple of chord vamps. And we're just going to have a great time playing the tune. So let's get right into it. Let me know how you're doing in the chat. Check the links down below to get the printable song sheet. There's a 2-pager. It's free. Check the links down below. If you're enjoying yourself, there's some other links down there where you can join in and support this broadcast. Thank you to everybody who's here. We got wow, cool. A lot of folks showed up. Thank you so much for joining me again. I want to get right into things. If you're watching live or a replay, let me know how you're doing in the comment section down below. And be sure to share this video with your friends. Let's get right into things. I'm going to zoom into my hands and start with a chord vamp. What is a chord vamp? Here's an example of a chord vamp. Using one chord and I'm vamping on it, which means I'm repeating the chord, giving myself a chance to calm down, to take some deep breaths, get ready to sing, and maybe banter with the audience a little bit. I'm going to show you a couple of cool chord vamps. Here's the first one. It's real easy, and then we're going to get into the whole tune. Place your hands on your trusty G major chord, high or low G tuning, and if you're on a Barry, this is going to be a different key. Now, the vamp is going to just simply be lifting off this ring finger to go to your G6 chord. Let's get comfortable with that. 2, 3, 4. We strum 4 times. Lift it off. Let's add a little rhythm. Just a nice, lazy, laid-back Sunday afternoon kind of strum. One more time. All right, awesome. Now, let's put this rhythm with it. It's going to change, lifting this finger off and a syncopated rhythm. Just check, watch me do this, and then you'll try it out. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, and 4, and 1. What am I doing? Down, up, down, up. Ready? Practice with me, come on. Down, up, 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 down, up. And that is the vamp. It's simple, so you can play it on autopilot, not having to think about it while you say, hello, Jack Nolish, good to see you. Hey, Yvette, so glad you're here. Thank you very much, Fred Frontier, coming in from Chicago, while you're vamping. And that's one of the many purposes of the vamp. If you are playing with someone who is a skilled soloist, maybe a saxophonist, maybe somebody jamming on a kazoo, this gives them a great bed to play over. I'm going to show you a second vamp in a moment, but let's play this one more time. Are you ready? Let me know in the chat how you doing. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, a like. Really appreciate that. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. Down, up, down, up, down. 1, 2, and 4. I'm going to teach you another super cool trick, and I'm going to bring out a high G ukulele to show you this. It, of course, works on both tunings, but I want to give you a variety of sounds to listen to. Now, same exact pattern, but what we're going to work with is a slide. All right, now the slide, again, we're going to have to change our fretting hand position on an up strum. All right, so this is a little tricky at first. Watch me do it first, okay? Make sure that you remember that most music is taught oral tradition, so just watch. Be tranquil as you listen and watch and just take it in. It's amazing how much you can learn just from taking it in and then trying. So watch me do this. A lot of different ways you can use that slide. All right, it's a classic syncopated rhythm. It's not so hard once we hang with it. So come on, let's hang with it. Thanks for joining me for this lesson. Here it is. We're going to go down, up, down, up, down. Just get ourselves in the groove. And pause. And what we're going to do is on an up strum, we slide down and then back in. I know you may have done this before. You may be very skilled at this, but there's something cool about slowing down and really getting to the ground floor of your technique. It helps. Up, down. Ready? 3, 4. Up, down. 3, 4. Up, down. 2 more times. Up, down. 2, 3. Up, down. Now let's add that to the rest of the vamp. It goes like this. 2, 3, 4. Now there's a lot of different ways this can be used, but the concept is that you're approaching the chord from 1 fret below, up, down. You could also begin down, up, down. So you can go down and then up, down. So many cool ways to do this. Don't overthink it, just try to feel it. Now we're going to play the song next. Let's hang with these vamps a few times. One more time, the pattern is 1, 2, 3. Come on, let's do it one more time, friends. 2, 3, 4. Make it nice and loose. Oh yeah. Are you ready to play the tune? Let's do it. Now this song, later on in this lesson, I'm going to be showing you different ways of conceptualizing this using box notation. Okay, so we're actually going to go through the different sections with box notation. However, for now, what we are going to do is just follow along with the song sheet and have a good time. This is the party music from the 1920s. So this is meant to be playful, silly. So come on, let's get our silly on. You know what I mean? We're gonna vamp for a while and then follow along with this. Really appreciate you being here. If you're enjoying this so far and you're ready to jam, we're gonna jam. I just want to let you know that if you would just take a moment to reach out with your finger, click that like button. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button as well. Keep in the loop of all the things that I'm offering here at the channel page. Really appreciate you being here. And let's get into this. Make sure you check the links down below if you would like to get a free song sheet like this. Join the community at Patreon. And if you're interested in leaving a donation, I truly appreciate that too. Let's play. Start with that vamp. That I like to kill, and if I don't, then the neighbors will. He's got a ukulele and a voice that's loud and shrill, 'cause he lives next door to me, and he keeps me up till 3. with his ukulele and a funny melody. Crazy words, crazy tune, all that you ever hear him croon is Vaudeville, Vaudeville, He sits around all night long, sings the same words to every song. Vaudeville, Vaudeville, on his ukulele, daily, how he'll strum, bum, 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 vamping and stamping. Then he hollers a black bottom, crazy words, crazy tune. He'll be driving me crazy soon. Oh yeah, Vaudeville, Vaudeville. Stay on that vamp now. You can see how the vamp is useful. Anytime you got a long stretch of one chord, it creates some interest, it creates some harmonic motion. It's a nice sound. Now there's a solo here, they're optional. In the video that I performed, I'm playing a kazoo solo, actually a duck calls, kinds of crazy duck and deer calls. But you can just scat a little bit. Let's la 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 scat, do some ukulele Ike style effing over the chords for the chorus. 2, 1, 2, 3. Go to the second bridge. He's gotta stop it. Stop it. Yeah, he must. Or I'll kill him. I'll kill him. Yeah. Then I'll do the black bottom in the courtroom on my knees. To the judge and the jury I'll plead. Vaudeville, Vaudeville. Alright, let's go to the verse 2. I have begged that guy to stop. You know, I even called the cops. I told my dog go sick him, but the darn dog wouldn't go. Excuse me, 2, 3, 4. But tonight's gonna be the end. You know why? 'Cause I intend to run upstairs and kick him in the Vaudeville. Crazy words, it's a craze. Everybody sings nowadays. They sing Vaudeville, Vaudeville. Every goof, every chic tunes a uke and starts to shriek. Vaudeville, Vaudeville. Bridge 3, remember Patrick Henry, in that speech, that famous speech, he said, give me liberty or... Wow, crazy words, crazy tune. He'll be driving me crazy soon. Tag it, Vaudeville, Vaudeville, Vaudeville. Well, if you haven't clicked away, I appreciate you hanging with the whole thing. Hats off to you. Come on, give yourself a big hand for hanging with the jam. I was adding some rhythms, triplets. I was adding some little slides here and there, and I'm going to show you another vamp, which creates a turnaround. Let me know how you're doing in the comments section down below. Fun tune. Now, the way I played it in the performance, and I believe there's a link to it down below, we played it real fast. There's a guy that I like to kill And if I don't, then the neighbors will. He got a ukulele and a voice that's light, and we put other chords in. This is a accessible arrangement, okay? But we are going to add some more stuff to it right now. Okay, first of all, for those of you who are curious about how to make it sound jazzier without making things terribly complex, you can create a nice contrast with two different types of strumming. Two types of strumming. Let's say you strum one way during the verse and you strum a different way in the chorus and a little different way here. They don't have to be entirely different rhythms, but a different approach. Okay? So let's focus on the difference between the chorus and the bridge. Let's play the chorus. We'll do it nice and mellow, nice and easy. Thanks for being here, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Make sure you check the links down below, like, subscribe, share, yada, yada. I appreciate you being here very much. All right, let's take it. This is going to be more straight up, how shall we say, standard, kind of typical ukulele strumming with the index finger, nice floppy wrist, all right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, oh, crazy word, crazy tune, all that you ever hear them croon is Vo-do-de-o, vo-do-do-de-o-do. Hold the phone. What did I do there? Nothing terribly complex. I put a little tag turnaround. If you want, you could get to this section, vo-do-de-o, vo-do-do-de-o-do, and just vamp. Sounds great. Or you can play 2 beats of G, 2 beats of E7, 2 beats of A7, 2 beats of D7. These are the simple chords. You can, of course, do all kinds of... And I'm going to share that in a bonus lesson this week for patrons of my channel. There are bonus lessons. For at the $5 tier or higher, you're going to get a whole lesson on some cool ways to approach that very turnaround. For now, let's keep it easy and just get used to using it. G, come on, join me. 2 beats of G, 2, 3, 4. 2 beats of G, 2 beats of E7, 2 beats of A7, 2 beats of D7, G, E7, A7, D7, and you can use that slidey thing right there. Now what we're doing here is we're doing two things at once, really. I am showing you a simple vamp, but I'm also foreshadowing the different way to strum. Remember, we were talking about different ways of strumming. So what did I do? I was strumming and then just touching the strings. Not tapping, that's a different thing. Just playing the silence. Let's try this and practice it. 2 strums each chord, and try to put a little bit of silence in between each strum. That staccato sound creates a world of difference and makes the rhythm really hip. 2, 3, 4. Strum, touch, strum, touch, strum, touch. Let's just do this a few times. Come on. Let's work it out. Smile, you're practicing. Simple. Right now, it just sounds like quarter notes, but when we pick up the tempo, take a listen. Let's take it from here again and see if you can, at the end of the second line, put that G, E7, A7, D7 turnaround in with some of those stops. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Crazy word, crazy tune, all that you ever hear 'em croon is Vo-do-de-o, vo-do-do-de-o-do. It's around all day long, sings the same sing words to every song. Vo-do-de-o, vo-do-do-de-o-do. So you can see there, I used it also on these two chords, and then I put a little slidey thing here. This is improvised. You know, it's different than improvising, like taking a jazz solo, but it is improvising. So let your strums be kind of a natural flow of these different techniques. Little bits of flavor like this can add a lot to your strumming. I want to share some more with you in this lesson, but why don't we try that technique again on the bridge? All right, then I'm going to zoom into my hand and show you exactly how these chords are played and some variations that are not super complex, all right, but they are cool. Let's take it from the bridge. Why don't we zoom in right now, show you the chords, show you the image right here, and this is the bridge chords. So this box notation, each one of these boxes has 4 beats. So see a bouncing ball, B7, 3, 4, B7, and then you change to E7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Then you change to A7, and then you change to D7, stop. That stop could be a cold stop. Then he hollers, black bottom. Or you could use a little syncopated rhythm. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, Charleston. All right, something easy for the audience to play. Remember, this is jazz that's dance music, right? It's not thinking man's jazz, it's party jazz, right? Or Louis Armstrong called it happy jazz. Now, we're going to go back to that in just a sec. Just want to share with you that when you play these chords, okay, B7, E7, A7, D7, there are other variations. We'll get into those in just a moment. Let's practice the bridge, okay? I'll sing the words. If you don't know them by heart, you just follow this box chart. Are you ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ukulele, daily, I will strum, bum, 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 damping and stamping, then he hollers, back bottom, in the courtroom on my knees, oh, the judge and the jury I'll plead, vo-do-de-o, vo-do-do-de-o-do. All right, so this is a template for you to use. When we get to the second line, G, I was vamping, right? I was using that vamp from G to G6 to make those 4 bars just a little jazzier, right? Just a bit more interesting. And then right here, I chose to, you don't have to, of course, but I chose to use the muting, right? Where I strum with my thumb and touch. You can pull off muting with your fretting hand too. I try to level up our playing skills just a little bit. After all, that's why we're here, right? To learn. You know, a lot of folks wonder, what is that black bottom about? The black bottom was a famous dance. I highly recommend you look it up on YouTube. There are some wild films from the 1920s and 30s. Black bottom was a really, really popular dance. It's incredibly acrobatic. All right, it's like Lindy Hop on steroids. It's really cool. So check out some old dance videos if you're into that. And even if it's not your favorite style of music, it's a fun thing. Go on a little music appreciation journey. All right, you having fun so far, friends? So glad you're here. I want to go on with the lesson and share a few more things. I just want to let you know that if you're enjoying this, you may like to join as a patron, for as little as $2 a month. And if you pledge for a whole year, it's 10% off. Just for that little, you can help support this channel. You receive perks and benefits in exchange for your support. You can message me, ask me questions about any of my lessons. I get back to folks usually within a day. I also have other membership tiers like the chord solo tier and other things, bonus lessons like I'm going to share with you about this lesson. So if you're interested and you would like to support, there are links down below to join the community, and also there's a link down there just to leave a one-time donation. Not expected, but always appreciated. I thank you all for being here. And last thing before we go on, just please, if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. I'm almost at 93,000 subscribers. I'm so grateful for that. And one thing that helps my videos get shared around the algorithm is if you click the like button. It's not to stroke my ego, it's that it shows YouTube that this is something you like, and then it shares it to more people. So those two little things, sharing the video, liking it, and clicking subscribe really helps. So many thanks. If you're getting value out of this, these lessons, I truly appreciate your help. All right. So, what do you want to do next? What are the questions? Let's answer some questions in the chat. Make this really interactive. I want to share with you some cool chords, simple things you can do with the D7 chord. One of them is not so simple. And any questions about anything? The Gibberish Nonsense, the Bumblebard, awesome channel name. I couldn't find all my old duck calls. They're buried somewhere, but I had to take this away from my 2-year-old. He was, you can guess why. A little dangerous. There's a lot more to jazz age, 1920s jazz than these kind of silly songs. There's a lot of sweet, tender ballads and hot numbers. This is a fun tune. So I thought it'd be awesome to play, especially since we love the ukulele. We'll play the whole song again. Just want to see if there's any specific questions. Thank you so much, Sue. I appreciate your support. Next chord solo book. It's actually almost finished. I'm recording the videos. Each solo will have an in-depth instruction that will take you through it. Hopefully each video will be just about 20 minutes, something you can sit with and get a lot of benefit from. So it's coming soon. I know I've been saying that for a while. Thanks for your patience. I look forward to hitting 100K too. Yvette, thank you. I'll get that little silver play button that they give YouTubers. Thank you all for being part of this. And thank you all for making music. It's things are tense in the world today. So I appreciate you just being willing to spend a little time making music and doing it in a way that's stress relieving. I resonate with that. So thank you so much. Let's learn a few more rhythm tricks. All right. The triplet. We've covered the triplet in other videos, but it's always good to get into the triplet strum. Check it out. Go down with your index. Let's do it on the G6 chord. You go down, keep the thumb up. Ready? All right, so I'm moving my wrist, but I'm kind of pointing the finger like James Bond. And then my thumb comes through with the wrist. Okay, so point, wrist, and then up with index. All right, and that's the triplet. Triplet, triplet. You can drop this into any strum. It's so cool because it feels like you're just going down, up, triplet, down. Let me zoom in on my hand and show you up close and personal what's happening here with my hands, okay? What we're doing is down, down, triplet, down. I was putting it on beat 3. Practice with me. We're going to put it just on beat 3. Then we'll add the triplet to some other beats. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Down, down, triplet, down. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're comfortable with this, let's add it on beat 3 and 4. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 2 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. You get the idea. You do this at faster speeds. The trick is to keep that triplet a triplet. As I've said many times in many videos, it's like you're brushing a baby's face. It's so light, all right? It's easy to overdo things with instrumental technique, especially the ukulele. But this thing is a canoe, you don't have to do much. Just put the paddle in the water and pull. That's all you really got to do with this. Just put the paddle in and pull. I did a whole 90-minute Vaudeville tricks marathon. Look for it on the channel page, Ukulele Zen. 90 minutes of circus tricks or ukulele stunts. You'll find it. All right, we got a few more questions. Oh, you would drop that in the rhythm. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a guy that I like to kill, and if I don't, then the neighbors will. He's got a ukulele and a voice that's loud and shrill. You can see, like, I don't want it to sound too busy, personally. Not too many flavors in it, but you can start to see that you can really go from strumming everything the same way, an important step, of course, to take. But then once you're ready, you can start to add other things like the triplet and those mute strums. All right. He's got a ukulele. That just adds a lot of drive to it. To my ear, it sounds like it's a drummer. Like the drummer has changed from the hi-hat to the ride cymbal, a different tone. All right, couple of helpful tips for B7 from Jason. Totally, man, let's do it. So, helpful tips for B7. Here's one. You can play B7 in an easier way. You can play 4th fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, and then open. Same notes. You have a B, you have a D sharp, you have an F sharp, you have an A. All right. And this is what I was showing in the diagram, the B7. All right, B7. Jason, you may like to check out my videos on bar chords. Here's an important tip. We'll do it just for 1 minute. Take your finger, mute. Make sure you're upright and you're breathing when you do this. It's important to practice in a way that's kind of goes against the grain of the rush of the modern world. You'll have more effective practice when you slow down. It also relaxes you. So I'm just holding it totally relaxed. It starts to sound like reggae. That's a good technique to have. Now my hand right now, if you took the ukulele away, it's ridiculous how floppy it is, right? So cultivate a very relaxed hand, especially your thumb and your wrist, right? Okay, now Jason and everyone else, you got that muted sound. Now what you're going to do is you're going to start to pay attention. You might like to look with your eyes and really feel. Pay attention to what happens when you squeeze a little bit to make it ring. If this hand represents your effort, and this is the destination, right, of the clean chord, we want just to apply just enough effort, not more, all right? It's easy to overdo it, it's natural, but you catch yourself. Am I squeezing too much? And here's a helpful tip. It was shown to me years ago. You go from the first step of muting to just a sloppy sound. It's okay if it's sloppy because you're keeping it loose. That will let you know how much more do you have to push to get the clean sound, and you might like to get real curious about my position of my finger. All right, the whole video about this, look up on the channel page, 10-minute bar chord workout. You'll find it. At the end of that video, there are 4 important tips, okay? Some of it is about finding the placement of the finger, because your finger is different than mine, and of course, you might need to put it a little higher, you might need to put it a little lower, so your knuckles line up with the strings. Okay, hope that was helpful. Just sit with it, make it fun, make it enjoyable, have a cup of tea, have, some noisemakers handy to break it up. Pretty soon, Jason, it just becomes really easy. You're just like, no big deal. All right. So remember, you bring that effort, but not too much. All right. Some more questions before we jam. Oh, Andre, glad you're here. Thank you. I appreciate your kind comment. Yeah. So that is the B7 chord, And there are more exercises that I've shared. When you're playing, make a clean one, let go, move it up, move it up, move it up. It feels hard. It is at first tricky. Eventually, it's not so much hard as it is unfamiliar, right? So we want to get really familiar with what's going on with our hand. 5 minutes each day just hanging with this bar chord is going to pay off, all right? Appreciate you hanging. Thanks for your curiosity and your willingness to grow, really. I appreciate it. A lot of people, click away just as it gets a little difficult. Thank you for hanging with a challenge. Andy Rose, how do I get a vocal score for the melody? That I don't know where to find. You can probably find the sheet music for this, the vintage sheet music websites. I learned this song just by listening to the radio and copying what my band made. When you watch the video of me playing it with the saxophonist, his name is Dr. Jazz. He is an expert. I mean, literally an expert on pre-World War II jazz, plays a different fingering clarinet, and he just turned me on to lots of recordings, and that's how I learned it. So why don't we play it again? Let's jam the whole tune and try to drop all the stuff. Kate, thank you so much. # worth it. You're all awesome. Thanks so much. Hey, I already said it, but please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Let's get into, let's just jam the whole thing and we'll apply some of this. And then I'd like to end the whole lesson with a brief mindfulness meditation, something to soothe ourselves. As you practice, you can treat each chord, each attempt, the same way you would listening to a bell. All right, we'll touch upon that at the very end, so thanks for sticking around. Let's jam. Add triplets, add slides. I can lead you through a slide workout after we're done. Here we go. And a 1, 2, verse. Here we go. There's a guy that I like to kill, and if I don't, then the neighbors will. He's got a ukulele and a voice that's loud and shrill, 'cause he lives next door to me, and he keeps me up till 3 with his ukulele and a funny melody. Oh, crazy words, crazy tune. All that you ever hear him croon is vo-do-de-o, vo-do-do-de-o-do. He sits around all night long, sings the same words to every song. Come on, vo-do-de-o, vo-do-do-de-o-do. His ukulele daily, how he'll strum, bum bum bum, vamping and stamping. Then he hollers black bottom, lousy words, crazy tune. He'll be driving me crazy soon. Vo-do-de-o, vo-do-do-de-o-do. Play the chorus, chords, chorus. One more time. Wah-bam-bam. Rum-bam. Stop it, or he must, or I'll kill him, stops, then I'll do the black bottom in the courtroom, on my knees, to the judge and the jury I'll plead, vo-do-de-o, vo-do-do-de-o-do. Verse 2, well, I have begged that guy to stop, please stop. You know, I even called the cops. I told my dog go sickin', but the darn dog wouldn't go. But tonight's gonna be the end. You know why? Because I intend to run upstairs and kick him in the vo-do-do-de-o-do. It's a rage, it's a craze, everyone sings nowadays. Vo-do-de-o, vo-do-do-de-o-do. Every goof, every chic turns a uke and starts to shriek. Vo-do-de-o, vo-do-do-de-o-do. Bridge 3, remember Patrick Henry? Patrick Henry, in that speech, that famous speech, he said, give me liberty or crazy words, crazy tune. He'll be driving me crazy soon. Come on, vo-do-de-o, vo-do-do-de-o-do. Vo-do-de-o, vo-do-do-de-o-do. Vo-do-do-de-o, vo-do-do-de-o-do. Do, vo-do. Thank you, everybody. So, are you still with me? Did everybody click away? I know things get goofy sometimes up here. I thought you're supposed to be a Zen meditator. You're supposed to be serious. Nah. So, there are a couple of fun things you can do on the D7 chord. If you are playing a D7 chord with these two fingers, like this, then he'll do the black bottom, drop this finger right there to get the nasty sound of, not nasty, it's just a little tension. That is the sharp 5, so that's D7. And then that note wants to move up to this note, B natural. So you go, then I'll do the black bottom. That's a nice little thing you can do. And there's one other, this is a more advanced thing, but it's not impossible. This is one of my favorite chords. There's that technique we talked about a few videos ago, right? Using the ring finger in the bonus lessons at the Patreon channel. Ring finger 5th fret. Fine on a high G. I'll play it on high G in a moment. Pinky, also on the 5th fret. Let's get comfortable with that hand position. You know, when you're learning something new, it's really cool just to watch where's the tension showing up. Are my fingers sticking up? Well, it's probably just because they're doing something they've never done before, so just try to relax them. It's helpful to visualize that the tension is really just the tendons in your arms not being relaxed yet. There's a lot of effort being used in this side of the hand, pulling these ones this way. So if we just reach out and touch it and give it like kind of a little tender embrace, it softens up. You can also reach out and try to wiggle them. All right, next we're gonna drop the ring finger, middle finger right there. And now the index finger is right there. This is a D9 chord. It's D7, but it's flavored with a 9. That's flat 9, and then that will go to G. All right. Now, I could lead a very advanced class. Someday I will, but I'm just trying to give you little droppings of more advanced chords. What's cool about playing this on a high G is that these two notes are right next to each other. Because of the high G tuning, and that sounds so cool. And then just let go to G6. Hey, if you make friends with this chord, let me know. You can drop a comment. Yeah, the great fingerstyle guitarist Chet Atkins taught me that. Not in person, through his recordings. Thing to add to the tune, right? So when you're playing vo-do-de-o, vo-do-do-de-o-do. See, I just played the Charleston rhythm with that 7th with a sharp 5, cool tension note. And you could also make this little pretty chord show up. Vo-do-de-o, vo-do-do-de-o-do. Oh, it's a craze. See what I mean? You know, drop by drop, our bucket gets filled. And as long as we're sitting and we're taking the time to sit with our instruments, might as well just go deep. As my teacher said, go as deep as you can go. You're spending the time anyway. Try to make it a relaxing journey to just one drop at a time. Pay attention to your shoulder, right? Keep it back. Not tight, but back. Try not to hunch. Gorgeous chord. D9, one of my favorite voicings. How you feeling, friends? We're almost ready to land the plane. Now, if you haven't already, click the links down below to get this song sheet. It's free, okay? There's no email exchange or anything. It's a public post on my Patreon page. If you'd like to support by joining as a member, it's not very expensive and it really helps a lot. There's all kinds of perks for your membership. Really appreciate, and a lot of love to everyone who's supporting this channel. I'm glad you're here hanging and watching. Either way, if you'd like to support, there are links down below. There is also the little like button and that little subscribe button, and if you want to share this video with your friends. Truly appreciate you being here. Let's answer just a couple of quick questions in the chat before we have a little experience with some meditation. Barry's here. Thanks, Barry. Oh, cool. Lauren found a free PDF online searching crazy words. Yeah, the sheet music. There's some things out there you can find. Keep in mind that everyone performs it differently and there's different keys. Okay, so I put it in a ukulele friendly key. So it may be in the key of B flat, and so just letting you know. Any last questions before we go? Bumblebard, thank you very much for your support and your presence here. Really appreciate it. All right, so the D9, good chord to get to know. Suzanne, have fun. Geraldine, thanks for being here. Michael McKinney, his Chord melody. Okay, no questions coming through. We're going to start to land the plane. Thanks for being here. If you've watched all the way to the end, truly appreciate your presence, your enthusiasm for music. Be sure to stay tuned to the channel because I'm going to be launching some new things at the end of this year and can't wait to share those with you. So let's begin. If you haven't already, sit with your feet on the floor. Meditation, and we're just going to do this just for a few minutes. I'd like for you to please just if you can, shut out any distractions. We are not meditating to achieve anything, not meditating to have a better career, not meditating to have better health or anything, although those are wonderful side benefits of having the clarity that mindfulness practice can bring. But we're really just, in the moment of practicing, we're just being here. So I want to invite you, friends, to sit still in a relaxed manner and just take a moment to really arrive. Begin to pay attention to your in-breath and your out-breath without trying to change your in-breath or your out-breath in any way. Just paying attention to how the body naturally breathes. Pay attention to how the in-breath arrives and how the out-breath just does what it does. The world breathing through you. Begin to relax your body. Notice any sensations in your body as you keep your attention on your in-breath and your out-breath. If there are any places of tightness, see if you can breathe in a way where on your out-breath you release them. And come back to this moment again and again. Allow your attention to rest on the pillow of your breath. Very curious about each in-breath, each out-breath. You can make this into a very relaxing game as well. Can I keep my attention on my in-breath all the way from the beginning to the end? Can I keep my attention on my out-breath all the way from beginning to end? And you may find it helpful as you breathe in to silently say to yourself, I have arrived. And on your out-breath, I am home. I have arrived. I am home. Coming home to ourselves, coming home to this moment, our true home. Offer yourself a smile and allow that smile to bloom on your lips. Let's enjoy 3 sounds of the bell as we follow our breathing in, following our breathing out in this gentle, sustained training. Coming back to ourselves. Breathing in, I am home. Breathing out, I am home. I have arrived. solid. I am free. I am solid. I am free. In the ultimate I dwell. In the ultimate I dwell. Thank you very much for taking a moment to practice with me. Not only your music, but practicing your presence. And of course, your music practice is an amazing vehicle for this, which I love to share the path of. These are other poems you may like to try with your in-breath and out-breath. Breathing in, I dwell in the present moment. Breathing out, I know this is a precious moment. So pausing just for a few minutes every day. It's a wonderful thing to do, of course. We know this. The present moment is always here for us. The question is, are we available for the present moment? Music practice, for me, has always been a gateway into this place. And I look forward to sharing more of this with you in the future, in the form of fun, silly songs like today, and many other vibrations. So thanks so much, everybody. Next time you play a chord, bring some attention to your in-breath and your out-breath and soften up. I have arrived. I am home. Thank you very much, everybody. Wishing you and your families good health, many blessings. If you've watched all the way to the end, thank you so much. Hope you'll share this video with your friends. Stay in touch with the links down below. Happy jamming. I'll see you next time. Thank you.